my name is Samantha. Welcome to Top Dog Tips, and today I want to share a recipe with you all for homemade flaxseed dog treats. Flaxseed is very beneficial for dogs. It's great for many things, including digestion, and these dog treats really entice your dog to eat it. So they're very healthy, and of course your dog's gonna love them. So he'll be getting the flaxseed without you having to give it to him in a supplement form or sprinkling it on his food. So the first thing you want is 1 cup of whole wheat flour. You want 1 cup of oats. I use ground flaxseed, and I use half a cup of ground flaxseed. You can also use whole flaxseed if that's what you have. And then you want to just combine these dry ingredients. Make sure that you really mix them up well. And you're going to add 1/4 cup of creamy peanut butter. Look for natural organic peanut butter. Obviously the great thing about making homemade dog food and treats is that you get to be the one that chooses the quality of the ingredients. So you want to try to look for natural natural organic ingredients. You know, the less processed the better. So there's 1/4 cup of creamy peanut butter in there. And then I'm also going to add, I have 1 cup of beef broth here. I'm going to start with about 1/2 cup. And if I need a little bit more, I'll have a little bit more, but you don't want to add the full cup because you'll probably not end up needing quite that much. You want to stir it up until it makes a nice dough, and you'll notice you don't want it to be super sticky. You're going to roll these out into dog, like if you were making sugar cookies, you want to roll them out, so you don't want the dough to be really sticky. And I'm going to add maybe another 1/4 cup of broth. So you can see that I did away with my rubber spatula, and now I'm just mixing it by hand. This is a fairly thick, dry dough, so once you start getting those ingredients to blend a little bit better, it's going to be a lot easier to just mix it by hand. And now I've got pretty much finished. So here's my dough, and you can see again it's a nice dry dough, so you don't have to worry about it sticking to anything. And on a lightly floured surface, you're just going to roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick. You don't want it a whole lot thicker than that because it'll take a long time to cook your dog treats. So I roll it to about 1/4 inch, and then you can cut it out in any shape that you want. Today I'm actually just going to use a pizza cutter. I have one right here to cut it into squares for my dogs. They don't care what shape it is, and I'm not giving these away. Sometimes when I give dog treats as gifts, I like to cut them into cute little shapes. So I'm not doing that today, and I'm just going to use a pizza cutter. You could use a pizza cutter, you could use a butter knife, and just cut them into squares, whatever works best for you. At this time, my dough's pretty much rolled out. I might want it just a little bit thinner. So once you've got that all done, and you could actually even do it before you roll out your dough, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So I'm going to do that now. And I have a lightly greased cookie sheet here all ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my dog treats out. And just like cookies, once you see, I get little pieces like this that are kind of funny shaped, but it doesn't matter to me. If you want to cut them with cookie cutters, just keep cutting and rolling, and re-rolling them until you have used up all of your dough. The great thing about homemade dog treats like this is you can cut them to meet your dog's needs. So I'm cutting some that are a little bit bigger and some that are a little smaller. We have a boxer, a chocolate lab, and a beagle mixed. So I'm cutting some small ones for our little beagle and some larger ones for our larger breeds. You also don't have to space these out on the cookie sheet. There's no rising ingredients in here, so they're not going to plump up and stick together. So you can just set them, not touching, but fairly close on your cookie sheet to fit as many on there as you can. And once you've got them all cut and laid on your cookie sheet, you can bake them in your 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes. I would start checking them about 15 minutes, and once they start turning golden brown, you'll notice I'm getting a little crumbly on the top, a little cracking going on, that's when they are finished. You can take them out, and as soon as they're cooled, you can serve them to your dog. You could store leftovers. You want to put them in an airtight container because homemade treats don't have the preservatives that you find in store-bought treats. You want to store them in the refrigerator in an airtight container, and you'll be able to store these treats for about 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. And or if you want to, you can either freeze them like this on your cookie sheet. You can freeze them like this and then put them in an airtight container, or you can just freeze the dough in an airtight container. This dough will keep for about 3 months, and then you can take it out, and when you're ready to cook, you know, you can make a double or a triple batch, so you don't have to make it all the time, and you can freeze it and then take it out of the freezer and just either pop them in the oven if you've already cut them out, or roll it out and pop them in the oven, and you'll have dog treats for months. So if you guys have any questions on this recipe for homemade flaxseed dog treats, please feel free to email me. My email address is samantha@topdogtips.com. You can find all of our contact information on our website. If you're watching this on social media or YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like our page, follow us, and you'll be kept up to date with all of the recipes, how-tos, product review videos. I post numerous videos every week, so be sure to stay tuned for those and follow us to be kept up to date with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I'll see you back next time. Thanks for watching.